Oh, I'm live. Okay, here we go. Oh, what's up, guys? Anybody that's here yet? Anyway, welcome to the mess that is my workbench. I'm gonna get a bunch of it cleaned up tonight. Or at least that's the plan. Okay, whenever you want to show me live, go ahead. What is the deal? There we go. Okay, I think I'm running now. Maybe not. Don't know. There we go. Now we're live. All right, look at that. It just sort of appeared. All right. What's up, guys? So I've got parts, and more parts. First thing is first, I'm going to decal these guys tonight. Got my decals here. Except for I don't know where my scissors are. I think they're on the other side of the room. Maybe we'll just wait. Or maybe I'll go find them real quick. I'll be right back. All right. I am back with some scissors. Good morning, Australia. How are you today? How are things down under? Anything happening in the future we need to be aware of here in the U.S.? All right. Well, if I can cut these straight, we're in business, guys. It's always a big if with me. Sometimes. Me and cutting decals do not get along. All right. So, got my first batch of LSWs painted up. This is the final version of the 1100s. By the way, I thought maybe you guys might want to see that. It, or at least I got the first tractor. I'm gonna first set. How about that? And the rims are printing right now. So if you kind of hear this hum in the background, that is the rims for the LSW. Because you might be thinking, aren't those rims for those sitting there right in front of you? Yes, they are. And for some reason, even though I designed them to fit the wheels, the tires, whatever you want to call them, these are 1 millimeter too small. And that makes, I mean, there's ways that I could still use those, but they would be Band-Aids. I would just rather not at this point. I'm just going to reprint them correctly. Then I don't have to worry about them. Right. Okay. Let's see if we can get this done. So, I don't know how many of you guys are here from Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Indiana, etc., etc. So we're kicking around going to the Bloomington, Illinois Farmtoys show, which is Thanksgiving weekend. It's a good show. I mean, I've been to it many times, and we always enjoy going. But the question is, we're kicking around is, one, do we want to give up our Thanksgiving weekend? And two, which for me, it's not giving it up because obviously I love doing farm toys.
And with your wife.
And I get to spend it with my wife, which will be wonderful. But anyway. But then the question is, the other question is, can I get enough stuff built for then? Now I've got a bunch of new in the box stuff. I could take parts. I could take toolboxes to sell. you know, all that sort of fun stuff that we also sell. But I like to have my room, when somebody walks in, I like to have really cool custom stuff for people to look at. I kind of want people to remember me that way. So planning on sim dreaming of Texas Tim with LSWs. We're gonna make that happen, Connor. We're gonna make that happen. The LSWs. In fact, why don't you just PM me your address over there on Discord? We'll make these LSWs happen for Texas Tim. Especially if I can get these rims figured out tonight, which it looks like I think I got them. I think I got them figured out. Setting my first display back up. Nice, that's cool, Jax. First gen's almost done. Cool. There is an MTS back there, Javen. How are you doing, Javen? Hope everything's going good over your way. Yeah, there's an MTS back there. He's got a little work to do yet. I want to detail him out. I did get a decent looking decal on there. I'd replaced the decal I did. Now I do have, boy, it's dirty. I do have the hitch and all my hydraulics and everything on there already. So that part is done at least. I need to add handrails, and I'm trying to figure out this catwalk situation back here. I'll figure it out here one of these days. What are colorful tractor? You mean these guys? Is that what you're talking about? These are Patio Series John Deere tractors. That thing looks sweet with that decal on there, by the way. It's going to be hard to let this set go. But it has to be done. Unfortunately. If any of you guys have, by the way, throwing this out there, if any of you guys have any of these the second iteration of the John Deere 8850. If you might remember, in the 80s they did one that was out of scale, didn't look very good. But here about 8-10 years ago or so, they brought this version out, and it's correct. It looks good. And if any of you guys have any of these you are willing to part with, let me know, because we could probably do some trading, or I can just outright buy it. But I need 8850s. I've got enough for another set of those, so I've got enough to make one for myself, and that's it. So I'd like to find more. Discord server link was expired. Of course it was, because Discord's stupid like that. I don't get it. Like, why? Like, I don't get it. Whatever. It's a pain in the butt. I'll try to put another one in tonight. For some reason here on YouTube, we can't figure out how to get anybody to be a moderator on this channel, so nobody can post the link to it. It's just quite frustrating, to be honest with you. I'm sure you do, Tony. We'll get you hooked up, though. We'll get hooked up on those. You can make a link not to expire. Well, somebody's going to have to teach me how to do that. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, Jax. I really would appreciate that. That'd be sweet. All right. Well, there's one set of decals on. Let's see if we can't get another set on. This red feller. A little dusty. But this is a workshop, and so dust happens. There aren't too many days that go by where we aren't cutting or grinding on something. So that's just kind of the way it goes. So who's going to the National, everybody? We're probably not. I don't know. It's going to be so hard to get harvest done by then. And et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I don't know. It's just getting late. It's way later in the year than I think it feels. Like it sort of feels like it should be about the middle of September and not the middle of October, but here we are. Middle of October. We have a what is the date anyway? Is it about the 3rd, maybe? I guess it's the early October, but we have this thing here called Fall Pickens, which is like a county-wide festival, yard sale, sell your junk, et cetera, situation. So I think a buddy of mine, Jim Buick, I don't know if any of you guys might know Jim. Some of you guys probably do, especially if you're into 1/16 scale. 4-wheel drives. He and his wife are going to set up at my office, and so I think myself and my wife are going to do the same. And we'll have some mostly new in the box stuff. I don't think I'm going to sell too many customs there, especially keeping in mind that I've got that Bloomington show looming that I guess maybe we're going to try to do. So as far as trees goes, guys, we're gonna have to see how this winter goes. We'll probably try to make some, but we have a full slate this winter right now. I mean, I have stuff I can't tell you about just yet, and some big projects, and some kind of new and exciting things that are happening. And someday I'll get to tell y'all guys about it, but I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit. Hopefully, real soon. I know about one of the things. I'm starting to wonder if it's gonna happen or not, because it's like a month away, and I haven't heard yet. So who knows? But oh well, it's life. All right, there's red. Red looks good. That looks great with that decal. What do you guys think? I need to touch up a little paint on that guy. All right, well that's doable. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Indianapolis to Bloomington is not far, really. I don't know how far of a drive that is, but it's not bad at all. The Bloomington show is nice. It's not a huge show, but it's a nice show. Everybody seems to have a pretty good time there, and we'll be there, maybe. So it looks like. Can come and see what's new in our world. Have I ever customized a KT450 Series 2 Big Bud? No, but man, that'd be fun. Oh, you know what I did? I did a tire swap on that series Big Bud. I won't say it was a 450, but I did a tire swap or two. But that's a cool series of Big Bud for sure. I think my Big Bud with LSWs is going to be here this week, it sounds like. So that's going to be interesting. I'll kind of get a review of that. So I want to do a comparison. One of the fellows that watches this channel here was pointing out some things to me. I don't know, discrepancies, I guess we'll call them. So anyway, I'll pull out the original that I have, the one they did there 20 years ago almost, or however long that's been. And this new one will kind of just give them the old compare and contrast, because other than that, you know, the new one is just basically new tires. I don't know if that's a 5-minute video to say, hey, okay, here's the Big Bud 747 with LSWs. So a lot closer than Tennessee. Yeah, we got some glarage here. There's a lot of white in this area, so there's a lot of reflection going on here, and there's some silvery stuff here too. So probably if I did that, the glare goes away somewhat. I got a lot of light here because I mean I can't see worth a crap on a good day, so we've got a ton of light here on the workbench shining down. All right, here's the yellow one. I don't know, this yellow one looks pretty good. I was a little skeptical. I think it's got the best paint job of all of them, to be honest with you. But we'll see. There we go. That looks good. Now, gotta get this over. Ooh. There we go. Beautiful. And there is yellow. I wasn't sure what yellow to use on that compared to what John Deere used, because I don't think John Deere used a John Deere yellow, or it sure didn't look like it. But I only have pictures of the Patio series. I mean, obviously there wasn't a real 8850 series, but of the lawnmowers, I only have pictures of those that I took at the Farm Progress Show. Not Farm Progress Show, Half Century Progress Show. Oh my gosh, 10 years ago probably. All right, I'll get those wheels out of the way. I have a bunch of stuff that just needs to go in my ready to go to shows drawer here, like this guy. All right. So maybe that's something I can do tonight. Can anyone tell me why the John Deere tractors are different colors? Yeah. So Evan, go look up Patio Series John Deere, and you will see that back when the John Deere 110 was out, lawnmower, they did what's called a Patio Series, and they painted up their lawnmowers the different colors that you've seen here. And the anyway, I wanted to do some tractors that color. I just thought it'd look cool, and it does. It turns out so. But yeah, you can see pictures of those real ones. What's my favorite Chevy? Corvette Z06 2006. Oh, you probably mean pickup truck though. I'm a Dodge guy. That's my answer. I have an '01 Silverado though. Still, I like it a lot. How about an '01 Silverado? Much love to the old school. Well, that's not super old school, but it's 20 years old now, almost. But yeah, no. If I could buy a Chevy, any Chevy, I would buy a 2006 Z06 or that generation, the C6 Z06. Maybe I'd wait until like 2012 or 2013 on those though, because it kind of did a slight interior upgrade on those that year, and it got a few extra little goodies compared to the 06, which was pretty rare or pretty bare, I guess. I don't know how many of you guys have been in C6 Corvettes or not, but those earlier ones were pretty plain Jane as far as amenities go on the inside. But then as the series went along, they kind of added some features here and there. The C7 is probably better than the C6 Z06 as far as everything goes except for speed. The Z06 is just a monster. The C6, the C7 is too, but it's too much. That's not a street car, in my opinion. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Okay, that's enough car talk. I'd do something, but I heard. Yeah, Connor, no, seriously, just send it over on Discord, because if these rims work out tonight, which I'll know by tomorrow, we'll get you a set sent out to you there. Get Texas Tim outfitted correctly. Or whatever track you want to put it on. I don't have to put it on Texas Tim, but let's be honest, Texas Tim would look sweet with some LSWs on it. Oh, by the way, also Connor, if you're still here, look at this. I got my decals for my Fords. So if your dad still wants one, I can get him one out here right away. Because I've got several worked up that were just sitting here waiting for decals. So anyway, they finally showed up. Isn't that something? Only like 6 months. But that's the way it goes sometimes in the toy world. I'm not complaining. It's been weird. Everybody's fighting it this year. It's just Okay, I didn't show you guys orange up close. Orange is maybe the best. I don't know if that blue is pretty sweet. I don't know. It's like I said, it's gonna be hard to let those go, but got to. All right, let's get my decals put back in the decal drawer. All right. Hey, Kyle, what's going on? Do you have a Brent 674 Green Farm Show Edition? What year did maybe, possibly, probably? Maybe? I don't know. Or is that the new one? I have the old Brents, but I don't know that I have a new one. And if I do, it's going to be on the other side of the room. I told myself I was going to quit grabbing grain carts and combines because I have enough. just to put it lightly. I got to really start focusing on my collection instead of just collecting. So it's just the way it's got to be. I'm kind of kicking around selling a bunch of stuff, actually. We'll see, though. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like I've got an office building to pay for, and which I mean, my tractors aren't going to do that, but I don't know. It's just probably time to get rid of some of the older ones. Some of them that I don't care particularly for. I think maybe I'm just going to focus on 4-wheel drives, and there you go. All right, so these, in case you're wondering how to take these apart, they're super easy. This plate right here, this just comes off. It's going to sound like you're breaking it. You're not. Well, unless you are, I guess. There we go. We'll pop back here. And this thing will be off. Maybe. Oh, this one's being a little stubborn. There we go. And then, you can't see it in there, but you just got a Phillips screwdriver. Small one up in there, which mine is not at my workbench right now. It's on the other side of the room. Let's see if we can get it with this little screwdriver. I have my doubts. What's your favorite Case IH tractor? 7140 is a good tractor. Mine is without a doubt a 485 quad track. Nice. I'm always happy to see progress pictures there. Oh man, dropped my screwdriver. Are you excited to replace the old Ford with a nice Dodge? I'm excited to get an old Dodge, that's for sure. Very excited. All right, so screws out. There you go, guys. There's your halves. Now, if you need to take the hood off, this is rivets. So you can drill it, or you can kind of do some side nippers there, side cutters, whatever you want to call those. To get the cab out, you've got that here and this here. And there's one up here, but once you get these two out, it really doesn't hold it on very good. And some of these that aren't on there very good, you can just pull the cab right off. And this one's going to be on there pretty good. So I'll have to do some cutting on that one. My hobby knife is on the other side of the room too. In case you didn't notice, I've been working over there a lot lately. But anyway, so the idea is that'll pop the cab off, and then it's time to tape and paint. This thing is going to be, I'll give you guys a hint. I'll give you a quick hint. Sneak peek on what color that is. You guys ready? Okay. That's it. Before the AGCO police show up, I gotta stop. These are another one of those, I'm going to build them and then not want to sell them, but I'm just got to sell them, so. I've already got the Massey done, which you guys have seen it already, and I've got the cat done. And, not the cat. They're all cats. What the heck is the other one? The the Alice Chalmer done, but I gotta figure out graphics on that. Well, so the Agco Star, I don't know how much I can tell you guys here and how much I can't tell you guys here. I better keep my mouth shut. I'm working on an Agco Star. How about that? Alright, so that plate sometimes will snap back in, but it's not going to right there, which is fine. I'm just going to finish tearing this apart and do that. What am I going to do with this Fall Guy truck? I got to do something with that one of these days. Here is this guy. Need to probably detail paint his hood a little bit. I'm going to put some different tires on this. I might triple this up, and this one just may stay in my collection. I've sold a few of those over the years. Wife says don't spill the beans yet. Ever thought about a white 4270? That'd be fun. That'd be a really cool build. I really like those white 4-wheel drives. I think they're super underrated. I think they're really cool, and they do not get enough credit for how cool they look. I think, in my opinion. There's a guy around here, and I can never get pictures of it in action, but he plants with a white 4270, and he's got big old saddle tanks on there, and he pulls a Kinsey 16-row with it, and it's just the coolest setup you've ever seen. But like I said, I can never find it out of the shed. It's always parked in the shed, and I mean, I'm not going to go trespassing on the guy's property to get a picture. But I figure someday I'm going to see him out and about, and we'll get it taken care of. Boy, that got dusty. So here is what, and I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, because we just got like super glare going on, don't we? So put that. Move this out of the way, maybe a little bit. I cleaned the lens and everything, and it just still is glaring like crazy. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is kind of what happens if sun hits a raw resin, not raw resin, but a unpainted resin. So you get this little discoloration going on. Anyway, I mean it's fixable. It's not like, it's not the end of the world or whatever. But let's see. I've got to position this. There we go, so that I can shoot the underside. So, as I told you guys earlier, we're seriously kicking around heading to the Bloomington, Illinois Farmtoys show Thanksgiving weekend. Love to see you there. I'll be there whether I set up or not. I mean, I'm going to be there for sure Saturday, whether I actually sell. But we're probably going to sell, it looks like. So, it's kind of like mass building time, because I don't really have enough customs to go and sell at a show right now, finished. It's just the way it is this time of year. I usually don't start building. Oh boy, that's gonna have to be filled. Dang it. Well, that's gonna need some putty before I can shoot it. Sometimes the way Fox, that one's okay, orientates their prints, it gives me terrible print lines on my hoods, which is kind of a bummer. All right. And then they also like to fuse this part, the exhaust to the, the exhaust to the cab of this tractor for some reason, even though there's plenty of tolerance for that not to happen. That was great. Oh, I love dropping 3D printed parts and breaking them. That's cool. Not a big deal. Just the mirror. Not like I can't fix that, but just more work. Come on. Pop off there. Not cooperating, of course. Yes, it was, Kyle. Yes, it was. Skylar, that's awesome. I'm thrilled to hear that. That's great. Cool. Glad it's inspiring you to do that, and I hope you keep it up. I appreciate hearing that too. That's awesome. That kind of makes my evening. That's the whole point of this, guys. A lot of people, wonder why I did this and why I'm doing this and all that. And I mean, of course, it's obviously I'm building towards trying to do this as a bit of a business here. Maybe someday it could be my business. Who knows? I doubt it, but you never know. But my goal was to get people in the hobby so that, like, for example, for this Bloomington Farm Toy Show, so we can get that thing growing again. It's a great show, great people. I mean, it's a nice show for kind of a small-ish show. I don't even want to say it's small. Like, I'm not sure what to compare it to. It's somewhere around the size of probably the Quincy show, the Mark Twain show, maybe a little bit bigger than that show. Or maybe a little bit smaller than that show. I apologize, I misspoke there. But it's a great show, and I was talking with a buddy of mine who's in this area too. He's into farm toys. When we were kids, because he and I are pretty close to the same age. When we were kids, there were toy shows almost every month within a short drive of here, and now we're down to Bloomington, Mark Twain, and St. Louis, basically. Timewell. So that. I think that can change. I think we can build that back because the hobby's still strong, guys. I mean, the sales are there of farm toys. Yeah, I mean, okay, Ertl's not going to make 10,000 of these anymore. Like, back in the day, there'd have been 10,000 of these. That's just not going to be a thing anymore. That's okay. But there's still plenty of room for growth, so. Do I have any 1/64 scale painted generators? No, but we will be painting some very, very soon. So that's my goal for tonight and tomorrow is to get prime and paint on a whole bunch of tractors and parts. That way we can take to the show and we can have some finished stuff to show people. So if you want one of those, we can probably make that happen. So, all right. Anyway, I'll try to get you some. I'll try to get some painted up here. I've got today off from harvest. We'll see what tomorrow brings. We got some rain. I don't know if it's enough to stop us 2 days, but it's enough to stop us today. And anyway, if I were to be off tomorrow as well, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of stuff painted. That's for sure. Today was the Stillwater show. Nice. Oh, yeah, somebody asked me if I was going to that, which Oklahoma's a bit of a drive for me. I mean, it's not that it's not doable. Honestly, Stillwater is probably only an hour farther than Indianapolis for me. I bet it's 2 hours farther than Indianapolis. So, hey, you did make it to a live stream. Awesome. Fire truck or parts? I'm not real sure. Yeah, I'm getting the new Big Bud, Tad. I should have it here. Should be here in the next day or two, supposedly, or sometime this week. I don't know. It left Montana today. How about that? So, however long it takes to get from Montana to my little neck of the woods, that's when I'll get it. I'll do a video on it. It's neat. I like it. It's cool. I'm going to do a compare and contrast of it and the original that they brought out. And we'll see what happens there. I have mixed feelings about hanging on to it, but I probably won't get rid of it once I do. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll customize it. How do you customize one of those? Maybe weather it? I don't know. How do you weather a tractor they rarely use anymore? Maybe I'll just leave it alone. All right. Well, guess I'll start putting roofs on some of these others. Oh, that one's already painted the wrong color, mind you. I did see that 4960. It looks great. Have all the big buds except for two. That's quite a few actually. There's a lot of big buds out there now. You should continue the smaller implements like the Deere disc, smaller field cultivator, and a John Deere one too. Here's the thing. So I've got the Wilrich stuff. I've got an M&W Earthmaster that's basically done. I just kind of got burnt out on assembling stuff there for a while. Not, I don't know how to explain it. You can only put so many shanks on a thing before you're done with it. I have a 44-foot and a 30-foot Kraus field cultivator. And the thing with that is those take so long to put together because you have so many shanks you have to put on. And plus, because I'm an idiot, I made them super detailed, so it's got all the cylinders and all of that stuff. They take forever to put on. And as a result, they're like a $200 toy. And nobody wants them for $200 because they're 3D printed, so people, they get them and they're like, well, this is plastic. It's $300, $200. Well, yeah, that's welcome to freaking toys in 2020. And so, anyway, I just quit putting them together. And I'll be honest, I've pretty much lost my rear end on those Kraus field cultivators because I've sold like 4. And I've got way more design time in that. The assembly time is atrocious. And so it's just like, I can't picture myself ever 3D printing, designing, and assembling another field cultivator. I mean, I've still got several of those Krauses to put together. I'll get to those someday. But the time and effort to make a field cultivator in 1/64 scale is not worth it in the slightest. It's my professional opinion. So yeah, unless it was a small one. Now, when I say small, I mean like a 20-footer or like a mounted, 18-foot or 14-foot or something like that, 16-foot, maybe. But I will never do anything 30-foot or above ever again. And I can't, even like 25-foot's too big. It's not worth it. And that's kind of the sucky part of the business side of Farmtoys is sometimes projects just aren't worth doing. And I hate to say it, I hate to be that way, but it's the truth. And field cultivators just aren't. Is there toy shows near Wisconsin, Illinois? Yes. Good God, what's the name of that town? Josh Osborne has just started a show. Is it Jerseyville, Wisconsin? That sounds right to me. And it's early December. I'll post about it on the Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff because I want to get the word out about that. Josh is a great guy. This is a new show he's starting. And Josh is a custom guy. He's gonna have some cool stuff. I know. I am sure there's some really serious talent kind of in that Wisconsin, Northern Illinois, Eastern Iowa triangle there. So I'm sure quite a few of those guys will be around at that show. So that'll be cool. Well, Evan, don't get too in a hurry on those Kinsey planners because I think SpecCast is reissuing those. I think, right? I heard that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're reissuing those planners because, well, they just have to kill the value on them. That's just the way all the toy makers do it anymore. They can't just have a toy and make it collectible. Well, Skylar, I don't know what to tell you, buddy, because that's where I communicate. Like I said, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I'll post that stuff there, but I like I said, off the top of my head, I don't know the exact location of that show. I mean, I can maybe do it in a Facebook post or maybe a podcast or something. But anyway, 18 to 24-foot field cultivator. Yeah, I mean, I just have to look into it, but like I said, they're so friggin' expensive to make a field cultivator. It's just, there's a reason there aren't very many out there because they're not worth doing as far as from a trying to do it for money standpoint. And you're not going to sink in. Yeah, I mean, if you're making a display, yeah, sure, you might do a super high-end field cultivator for yourself, but you're not going to put in the week of build time, literally sometimes a week of build time, if not more, just to, pop off a field cultivator or somebody. All right. Well, let's see. What's next here, guys? What was I gonna do next? Well, I need to go grab my other sprue cutters so I can pop these cabs off. We can get more of those mounted up. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I agree with that, Tony. Small equipment. The problem is you have to be really selective, as you know, with what you build, because even smaller equipment can get stupid expensive and you can lose your market pretty quick. But you know that. I'm preaching to the choir there. So... Now, like the Wilriches I did, those little disc chisels, those were perfect. That was kind of the perfect storm, I guess, if you will, if you want to use that term. That was kind of the perfect storm of size and cost and all that stuff. I was able to do those pretty inexpensive. They're fairly easy to put together, and therefore I don't have to sell them for a small fortune. So a lot of people, like those. I've sold a whole bunch of those, and I hope to sell a whole bunch more. I'm going to do some in a few different colors, I think, even though they maybe won't be 100% accurate of that color. So, correct, DT550. Good eye. It is awaiting some railings and things of that nature. Actually, it's awaiting getting the hitch cut off of it, because that's the next step for that guy. All right. Anybody know? I'm just going to throw this out there. Do I have a web page to buy stuff? I do, Skylar. fortheloveoftractors.com. Please check it out. We have everything that we have available as far as that's finished and ready to go on there. I don't think I have any New Hollands on there right now because, well, I don't have any. Every New Holland I have finished or close to finished is spoken for right now. And then all of these that you're seeing right now are for toy season. So, gosh darn, got a rail busted there. These are going to take some... Boy, these took a beating coming from Fact Fox. Wow, those took a huge beating. Holy crap. That's frustrating. I guess we have to redo that because they just keep fusing these together, and that's just not cool. Because every one of those are going to break. Yeah, I agree. 12-foot disc is definitely not something that's out there. I have these discs from David CD Models. Wow, this one just didn't even have the pillar on it. Well, this is going to take a ton of... Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, well, whatever. Not worried about it. Just got to do it. David CD Models has a really nice international disc, but it's another one of those situations where it takes so long to put together, it's not worth it. At least for me, from a guy that needs to resell standpoint. It's cool when it's done, and if you want a super high-end disc and don't mind paying out the nose for it, you can get one, but like I said, not worth it as far as that goes. Gonna get it. 9882 at Lafayette. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. We'll have some. Unless for some reason we'd sell out the first first day, but we won't. Trust me, we won't. We did pretty good on Friday at Lafayette, though, last year, but I don't know. I didn't start selling New Hollands until at least Saturday. It was I don't know, kind of late Saturday. And then I sold out of New Hollands. But I'll have more this year. I hope. I will. I've got all these that I'm making in anticipation of the Bloomington show, but also for the Mark Twain show and then Lafayette. Because I'll be honest, nobody's going to buy. I've got 24 of these. I'm not going to sell 24 of these in one show. I might sell 24 of them over the course of the whole show season. That's possible, but I also think that might be a little unlikely. Oh, I'm excited about those Akalo Tigers. You have no idea. Thinking about bringing a 2x4 display? Do it. Oh my gosh. Yes, do it. I mean, call me. Get a hold of them. Make sure they've got room for you, which I'm sure they will. But yeah, the more displays, the better. The more guys showing, the better. Got fully customized in a 5010 and 5020. Yeah. I love 5010 and 5020 is two of my all-time favorite tractors. So I bet those look awesome. Yeah, you can get a lot of time and money in those for sure. I'd like to find some more of those, but in the 6030 as well, in 164 scale, but those are getting a little tougher to find. It's kind of weird. I don't know why Ertl will reissue, a 4960 or whatever, 44. Man, I am butchering these things. A 4450 or whatever, a million times. They'll reissue those things over and over and over again. With something like a 5020 or a 6030 or the 8850, they won't reissue them, and so then they get super hard to find, and that's just annoying. Farmall M and a 400, nice. Custom trucks. Just got a 6030, nice. I think I looked for 6030s at Lafayette last year, and I didn't find a single one, I think. If I remember correctly. I know I looked for 8850s and didn't find a single one. Then I had to come home and I ordered some, and I had to wait forever for those to get here. And it was just kind of an ordeal. Hopefully, one thing I found out, and luckily my wife helps me out at the shows, but one thing I found out is a lot of times when you set up at a show to sell, you don't actually get to experience the show, which is kind of frustrating sometimes because, like the Mark Twain show, I barely saw any of it, and I think I don't think I saw any of the first floor hotel rooms at Lafayette, but I definitely got to the ballroom anyway, but... Oh, nice. Outback Dish and ran for $8. That's cool. Yeah, there were some deals at Lafayette. There was some serious good stuff there for sale. That's for sure. I think I probably spent my entire budget though in the first 10. Actually, before the show opened, I went to Don Trout's room and bought some precision engineering tractors from him, 16 scale, and whoop, that was that. But the good news is, unless he comes out with something new and exciting this year, which I know what he's coming out with, so it's not anything I can afford. So I don't have to worry about it. I've got all of the tractors of his that I think I want, so I don't have to worry about running out of budget this year because I won't have to worry about it. What's up, Caleb? I got a few tractors for free once, and he bought a $10 item. Nice. Best tractor deal I don't know. That story is constantly changing. The best tractor deal I probably got this year. So when the summer show was supposed to happen, we went up to Chucky's Precision Pullers and Parts, and we had like a kind of an impromptu toy guy get together. It was fun. Anyway, afterwards that Sunday, my wife and I went to Dyersville. And we went to the museum, and we went to the little antique mall across from it. And I'm walking around upstairs. It's full of toys. And I see this tractor, and I knew it was a precision engineering tractor because it was just Don Trout style. If you know Don, you know his style. And I just stopped and I'm like, oh, well, there's a precision engineering piece. And I looked at the price tag and it was $103 or $108 or something like that. And I almost crapped myself. I don't think I got it downstairs fast enough. Anyway, I bought that. So there's like a $400 tractor that I got for $100. So that was pretty awesome. And I'm pretty convinced the guy knew what he had. I think he must have just sat on it for a while, so he sold it cheap because the rest of his booth was appropriately priced. So I don't know. The show in Lafayette is Indiana. The 4840 Authentic. That's a nice tractor. Got a new display board. Awesome. I got to get going on Dogtown. I got some work I could do tonight on it, but I'm not going to get there, I don't think. So that's all right. I don't know if I don't know how you can show me your. Are you on any of the Farm Toy Facebook groups? I'm on most of those. I can see it there. Or you can post it over on TTT. I lurk on TTT, but I don't post over there because I'm usually on mobile, and that site is like mobile diarrhea. I don't know how else to put it, but it's hot garbage on mobile. Like I can never post from there on mobile, which is unfortunate. I would post a lot more if I could, but I'm not gonna transfer pictures over to my computer, and then do all that just so I can post on TTT. So anyway, I don't know, whatever. Okay, that's got to be sanded. That's got to be sanded. Dang it. Boy, a lot of these. It has to do with the way they orientate their prints, and that's a little frustrating. Wow, that one just went into about 1,000 pieces. Awesome job, Jason. Awesome job. Toy Tractor Times is TTT. So what is it? ToyTractorTimes.com. Do they still call it Toy Tractor Show? I think it's just Toy Tractor Times now, isn't it? Is that all of my helping hands? That might be all of my helping hands. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, I guess, shoot. Guess gotta get painting here. Wow, this is gonna take longer than I thought. That's frustrating. Okay. Oh, I'd like to get some potato equipment done for the Bloomington show. I'm sitting here looking at some that I have primed, but gosh, I don't know. It's assembling potato equipment is quite the pain. We'll see. How's the 9680 going? Pretty awesome. Got the decals on. Got it. Got the clear coat on. Got to paint the lights still. Throw the interior in, and it's ready to roll. Those are flail mowers, and I finally have wheels for them. So those are going to get done here real quick because I can take those to the show and finally get some of the money amortized that I've got stuck in those things. About the Chevy pickups. Okay. Two 25 knife anhydrous toolbar. Sweet. Yeah, those bars you're making are cool. They look great. They're nice. Just saw some potato equipment in real life. Cool. I actually don't know that I've ever seen potato equipment in real life, but I have the toys. Life is strange like that. Okay. Well, I'm out of helping hands, so that means this stuff can't get painted yet. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is one of those tractors. Or the dang wheels are kind of a pain. a good size display for a beginner. How much room you got, man? If you got 2 foot by 2 foot, do a 2 foot by 2 foot. If you got 2 by 4, do that. If you got 4 by 8, go for it. Go, just jump in and do it. But whatever size you can spare, that's the perfect size to start with. Most important thing is to have fun. Oh, nice. 39 Massey Harris. Sweet. Gosh, I haven't been to a plow day in too long. That's been way too long. All right. I bet I should have bought some more cutoff wheels today when I was out and about. I've got 2 left. That ain't enough. Oh, I was going to say earlier, does anybody know anybody selling a mill cheap? You know, like to mill off metal? I'm looking for one, but I don't want to drop $1,000 on one. I just don't have $1,000 to drop on one, to be honest with you. But I need one for a couple projects, so. Some Bailey 6-footers. I mean, if I could probably, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I could shoot Bailey a message and see if he would let me buy some, just some printed mowers where I could finish them out. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, come on. Boy, everything is fighting me this week. That tire is about to meet the Dremel because I'm getting kind of frustrated. Where do I get my cutting wheels? You can get those Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. Sometimes Farm Store, Orscheln's, whatever. We'll have them sometimes. But I got the quick change head or whatever you call it, so you don't have to screw the stupid things on. So you just pull this thing down, you put your wheel on, turn it, and then boom, it's locked in. It saves so much time. I highly recommend it if you can. If not, that's okay too. The old wheels work just fine too. All right, I'm going to make some noise. No, I'm not. I'm unplugged. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Yeah, quick change head, 100% worth the money. 100%. Alright, there we go. Now we're plugged in. Now we can make some noise. What's up? How are you tonight? You unplugged it with your mind. Dang you, Tony. Dang you. All right. Tireless. Boy, those tires could just about go in the trash for all I care. I'm going to take a whole bunch of tires that I've cut off to shows this year and see if I can't get rid of them. Because I'm tired of dealing with them. Gotta steal. Yeah, Tony the Jedi Warrior there. You gotta watch him. He can move things with just his mind. Excuse me, got the hiccups tonight. All right. Got some detail going on here on this puppy. Gotta find a safe place to put this guy. That's not really it either. Maybe there. Oh, here's the CD Models D21 kit. That was high on my list to put together about a week ago, or about 2 weeks ago. And now it's pretty much at the bottom. Because that's just the way it goes around here. as soon as I found out we might be going to this Bloomington show, it was like, okay, what can I get done? Not what do I want to get done. Because you have to keep in mind, I'm harvesting right now too. And it's wet today. We got rain today, so no harvest today, obviously. But yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong. All right. Dang, Ertl and their barbs. Oh well. Okay, all right. Focus, guys. How many tigers have you went through? Turbo tigers. Oh, let's see. I'm at least on my third case, so I guess that would be. I'm in the 30 range right now, 12 to a case, and I'm low on case number 3. I have one more case left. I bought 4 cases, so. When will the LSWs be ready? As soon as the rims are ready, which I'm printing right now. Tires are good. Tires look awesome. Testing the rims right now because I goofed them up the first time. I still don't know. I know somebody else is doing them, but I still don't know how to buy them. Like, they had a website, but it seemed like they only sold them on tractors already, which I don't get why you're limiting your market, but whatever. Working on that this week, Kurt. Working on that this week. I just got a pressure pot today, which is kind of, I'm not going to say it's 100% necessary for casting, but it makes casting easier for sure. So, anyway, just picked that up today. Got to do some work on it to get it up and running. And then we're going to see what happens. We're going to try it anyway. So, hope it works out. But I think they're going to work out. It'll take me a little bit. Like, it's just going to be a little bit slow for me because I've never cast. I've cast resin, done lots of resin parts. This right here is an example. This is a resin cast. I'm obviously scratch built the original. Then I just started popping them out of resin. Anyway, so I've got mold making experience, but the rubber part is what I don't have experience, and I don't have experience making tires. Molds and things like that. So we're going to try it. Like I said, hopefully, maybe depending on if it's wet this week or whatever, we'll have hopefully have a rubber set by the end of the week. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we're doing 1400s. You bet. I got 1400s done as well. I just haven't shown those off nearly as much, but I do have them finished. And they look awesome. Well, good question. Good question, Tad. I don't know. I'll have to get my hands on one and see. I don't suspect it's going to be impossible to do. But there may be some cutting and refitting to be done. But I will definitely look into it. I'll probably just get a hold of Tim Holker and see what he says, because he's going to have that figured out about the second day he has one. So. Gosh darn it. Dang. Well, this tractor's probably getting repainted. I thought I could be careful, because usually I can, but it slipped on me for some reason. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but I kind of made this little loop-de-loo with my drill bit right there. And now I got to strip that tractor and repaint it. Yay, fun. I'd say my 1/64 scale projects are going okay. They're Dodge Boy. Maybe a little slower than I hoped, but that's my life at this point. I think I can have something done in X amount of time, and it takes about 3 times X amount of time usually. It's just the way it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll send you 1400s if that's what you're after. That's no problem. They're too big for me for what I want them for. So I just did them to do them. All right. Let's see how that worked. Perfect. So those are a little tricky to cut back all the way back there. So what you do is you just cut enough where you can grab some pliers and work the rest of them off. Then I'll smooth it out. That's a good call there, Andrew. Good call. Do you think there are any 1/64 scale excavators? Most farms in my area have an old excavator. Well, I've heard that there's some in the works from, let's call them 3D printed guys. Now, I don't know what the status of those are or anything like that, but I heard there's some excavators in the works. That's kind of the best I can tell you, unfortunately. I know that's not great information. And I have no idea on a timeline or where those projects stand. I mean, they could be tomorrow, they could be 10 years from now. I don't know. But I know of people working on them. I would like to see 1/64 scale construction equipment. I think, it's usually 1/50th or something around that. I would love to see 1/64th. Yeah. Why am I doing this the hard way? I have a drill press 3 feet to my left. A logging operation. That is cool. Okay. Oh, I forgot the... Alright. Okay, got a lot of grinding to do on this thing to get it where it needs to be. Yeah, let's use this bit. All right, Tony. Yeah, lag. That's an issue for sure. this is why I'm looking for a mill, because I could have this, 16th knocked off, or 8. I guess it's probably an 8th knocked off in no time. Where now I'm fighting it. You should make a 164 scale 9370 International Harvester Eagle, like Walkers have. 9370. Birthday's in a couple of weeks. More John Deere Farm Toys. Where can I get disc blades for 2 Ecolo Tigers? Oh, I don't know. What disc blades do you need? Do you know what size you need or anything? I could have some here, maybe. I don't know. Let me look when we get off this stream. I may have something I could spare. Did you see my post on Facebook? No, I'm here. I'm not on Facebook right now. Okay. So, see, the old Dremel works with the cutoff wheel, but it's just, like something like a mill would work better for sure. But you can get the job done with the tools you got usually. All right. All right. What's going on, Earl? All right, well, let's see. That's just not... Okay, we got to mill the parts now, not the tractor. And maybe a little bit of both, actually. That fits better. I could probably do a little bit more. All right. case you guys are wondering, this is why you take a $8 toy and you turn it into a $60 toy, because if you want to make it look right, you got to do all this little extra stuff. You got to get that fitting perfectly. And I want it to fit perfect. Okay, almost there. I'm going to trim this hitch, the drawbar, just a bit on the back end where it connects to my tractor. I kind of made these, they're Steiger specific, but it's kind of a one-size-fits-all Steiger situation. So there's occasionally some trimming. Fortunately, Steiger basically used the same drawbar and hitch setup through most of its life anyway. Decals for your 400. You might try Bosun. I don't know. That'd be my first stop. How many acres do we farm? I don't know, a few thousand. I don't like to get specific. Rumor status is still the tractor fab is coming back. That's the best I can tell you. That's still the rumor. I hope it's true, because I love tractor fab stuff. So they'll have a customer out of me, that's for sure. I hope whoever has Tractor Fab will do bulk discounts and stuff, because Jeff, that used to own Tractor Fab, he was very good to me in that regards. So, which I think if you've got somebody that is going to buy a bunch of stuff from you, you should be good to them like that. It just makes sense to me. Not saying it has to be that way, but I know a lot of places don't too. I mean, that's okay. But for a guy like me that may buy a few $1,000s worth of parts in a year, it's nice. How much long? Less than 10 minutes is how much long? 8 more minutes is what I hear. That's the rumor going around on the internet. So we're a little longer than we were supposed to be right now. So thanks for joining up, guys, though. I appreciate it. Made for a nice Saturday night, talking tractors with y'all for a little bit. Let's see, I think my Steiger Green is over here. Oh, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep. All right. Pop that hitch off. So if we're going to do a kind of realistic, true to real life custom of this tractor, of this Turbo Tiger, the entire hitch would be green. Instead of black, but I'm going to make it black, because what I've been doing is I've been doing these, like what I call them, for the love, Dogtown for the love of tractor editions. And so I've been doing the black hood, and then I've been doing a black hitch on the back. Just something different. I just think it's cool. Looks a little different on the model farm. You can custom toys. You might as well do custom custom cars. In the real world, you might as well do custom tractors too, right? What the heck? I know some guys do that. Kind of make their farm equipment their own by doing little custom touches. So I just always thought it's cool to do that. So when I started doing these, and I've done a ton, just the regular old Steiger paint scheme, of course, but I've done a ton of them this way. Dried paint. Well, there we go. All right. So coat one on the. I gotta figure out what tires we're gonna put on this thing. I'm gonna triple that up. I think. Put some big old triples on there. It looks super cool. Oh, here's one. I wonder if I could get this thing done before Bloomington. This R series. Bet I could. Actually, now that I think about it, that was the one I was gonna put Hector's kit on. So I bet I can't, because there's no way I'm gonna get that done. Is that a 4-wheel drive patio tractor? It is. It is. So I'll show you all of them while we're here. What the heck? Woo! About dropped that. So here's orange. Turned out pretty good. I like him a lot. Although I like orange. Orange is probably one of my favorite colors. Yellow. Pretty snazzy looking. Go way up top here. We'll grab old red. Gotta clean up the hood on red. Had a little adhesive from the tape stuck on him. And then blue. This blue looks great too, though. That's sweet, isn't it? Anyway, there's the Patio series, guys. That's heading out to somebody here in Northern Illinois. So I agree. Farmtoys, endless. I mean, you can do anything you want to Farmtoys. That's what's cool. You know, that's the great thing about it. You know, you can tire options and colors and you name it, you can do it. It's really neat. Oh, 220 2-wheel drive. Good call. How about a little? You got a little planter? I mean, like a 8-row planter would be sweet on that thing. Maybe even 12-row. Was it an adjustment when you got married to me and my Farmtoys? I would guess that she's going to say yes to that one. Because I am sure she had no intentions of spending weekends at farm toy shows. And, you know, like last summer when I went up to Chuck's, I was like, hey, let's go up to Northern Iowa and hang out with a bunch of farm toy people. You know, like I'm sure that was pretty high on her list of things she wanted to do. But yeah, she has adapted well. Oh, 270 caught fire last fall. That sucks, a big one. Man, I like those 270s. It helps that she's a farm girl anyway. That helps a bunch. You know, so it wasn't like I took some city girl and thrust her into the farm world. Funny story before I go, and then I'm going to go, guys. So when I was in college, I hung out with this huge group of people. Like I just had a bunch of friends, and we would all eat dinner together every night. Well, this one girl was from, I don't know where she was from, some city somewhere. And anyway, so everybody's like, oh, what you doing this weekend? So I'm like, well, I'm going to go. It was harvest. I'm like, well, I'm going to go home and help out on the farm. It's harvest. And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go home and help on the farm. She goes, you're not a farmer. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not a farmer? And she goes, you don't have an accent. And I'm like, oh. And she was serious, guys. She was dead serious. So, there's some interesting folks in this world. Yeah, and my wife is the tree maker of the group here. She's when it comes to trees, that's her thing. She makes all of our trees, so she does an awesome job. She made the barn too, which is gonna look sweet when it's all finished up. So yeah, she's on top of things. She dove right in head first. No question about it. All right, guys, I do need to get going though. We have a million things to do tonight. So, one is I got to start priming all this stuff that you watch me stick on my helping hands things. So, there's step one for the night. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by, though. Appreciate it. Videos and lives may be a little fewer and farther between while we're harvesting. Just heads up on that, guys. But as soon as we get done with harvesting, we're back. Then we're full on farm toy season at that point. So we'll be doing a bunch of farm toy stuff then. So. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. You guys are the best. I will check out the stuff you guys sent me on Facebook and other places while we were chatting here. It's always fun to do that. Love looking at your guys' customs. So, all right, guys. Have yourselves a good one. Happy tractor hunting. Maybe. There we go.